Hi, this is in response to your 30 questions. 30 was a lot of them. I had to write them down. So if I'm looking down reading, I'm sorry. I'll try to get them all in, okay? Number one, I'm named after my grandfather, and to me that's one of my greatest sources of pride because he's one of the most influential people in my life and helped shape who I became. Let's see. Two, yes, I am a very different person than I was 5 years ago. I'll answer that later on as to why, because that's the answer to one of your other questions. Number three, no, I hate my handwriting. That also gets answered at the same time as what makes me different. Number four, I've done way too many strange things to narrow it down to just one, and I think I'd like to leave it at that. Movies. When I was a little boy, I loved westerns. My favorite was Hanny Cauldron. I look back at it now; it's a really crappy movie, but at the time, I thought it was magical. Yes, I would definitely be my friend. This old saying about opposites attract, no, opposites just annoy. I find that I only get along with people who are very much like me. What do I want to know about the future? Do we survive all this? You know, I've got kids. They're going to have to wear sunblock 12 billion just to go out for a sunny day. You know, I worry about their future that way. Number 8, I like to walk, dance, sing, whatever in the rain. I love rainstorms. It's one of my favorite things. Number 9, I would always pick true love over $1,000,000. I mean, money comes and goes, but real love, no, that's the real ticket. Number 10, I would have been called an independent child then, and now I don't really need a lot of people. No, I do not untie my shoes when I take them off. Number 12, my greatest strength is finding other people's strengths, especially if they can't see them themselves. I have a tendency to be able to look through the crap and find out what's really there. What makes me feel warm and safe is my children. Nothing means more to me. Nothing feels better on a bad day than a hug and an I love you, Dad. The first thing I notice about people is if they're happy. It sounds like a strange thing, but that's what I look for. Yes, I'm very happy with who I'm becoming. I think that many things have altered in my life for me to see things a lot more clearly now, and I really like who I'm becoming. The thing I like the least about myself is in the last 4 or 5 years I've become slightly overweight, and I don't like it. And maybe that makes me sound vain, but anybody I know of who's a little overweight, they don't like it either. I spoke up in class mostly when I was young, but as I got older I started to become a little bit more introverted. I am definitely a black crayon. And when I say that, it's not one of those, I'm a spiritual man, and anybody who knows anything about science knows that black absorbs all forms of light, and I don't ever want to be so ignorant or rude to not absorb light. You know? It's a spiritual thing. The one moment in life I'd like to change is go back to change. It's the last time I spoke to my dad. You know, I was a typical 25-year-old wrapped up in my life and my career, and I wasn't listening. I wasn't listening to how depressed he was, and 2 days later he killed himself. And I would give anything for that moment back, just so that I could listen, and maybe they can feel some form of comfort. Yeah, my family means everything to me. With friends, unfortunately, come and go, but family is forever, and there's nothing better. I don't know what scares me. I've been through so many extreme situations in my life that I don't want to find out what scares me because that'd be pretty bad. I think I would just rather not know. I like happy endings. You know, forget the scary movie business. I like happy endings. Here's what answers the first couple questions. What I'm most grateful for is to be alive. 5 years ago I was hit by a car and I wasn't supposed to survive it. I couldn't even talk for a year. And I survived even though I was told that everybody was told I probably wouldn't. And so, you know, I lose a few motor skills like handwriting. But I'm thrilled to be alive. You know? So yeah, that's why my life changed so much. We need to invent BS detectors that are mandatory for politicians. That way, every time they open their mouth, a little light on the side of their head goes off, and we know they're full of it. At 25, I definitely feel younger than I am, not older. I am very, very happy with the way my life is. I've learned to appreciate things a lot more, and that makes it so much easier to like your life. I always wish on shooting stars. I wish on peace for peace on earth and goodwill toward men, so that way my kids can grow up in a world worth living in. Let's see. 28. The thing I want you to know the most about me, Survivor, is I really like you. When I tell you I like you, I truly mean it. Because you're just a cool person. I've been about 3,000 miles away from home for 29, and number 30. The thing I regret the most in life. You know, we go through life quite often not telling certain people that we love them enough. And then when they're not there anymore, you can't. And unfortunately, there's too many people for me that I never said I love you enough, and I can think of one person that I never said it at all. And I'll never get a chance to tell these people that I do love them. It's just not possible now. And I regret that. I wish I could have given them back. Anyways, peace. I gave you some really personal answers. I hope everybody else gets personal with it too. Take care.